sweatshirt.
Yep. Now
Yeah,
we're
it's you.
recording, Chaim. So we're welcoming
This guy right here.
People's podcast. For those of you who cannot see, I want you to be able to see everyone who's in this podcast. First, I will go with the co-host. We have the umpire in the group, umpire Chaim. There he is with his formal out. Bandera is in the house.
Sorry, I'm multitasking today, but hello, everyone. It's good to see you.
We have Doug Snyder in the house.
Hi, guys.
And we have 3 of the 4 seniors from softball. Maddie Russo's here, and Audrey Mannery,
Hello.
and Lindsay Leggett. So Kayla is unable to join us. She must be resting her arm and her mouth and her everything. So girls
And Hauser.
And Hauser.
and Hauser, yeah, wherever Hauser is. She was invited also. But anyway, we're going to be talking girls softball today. And last week we talked boys baseball, and we're going to go through all of the sports in the spring here for the next couple of weeks. Your senior night's coming up on Monday, and we were going to talk a little bit, actually a bit, about how the roller coaster has been going, because there are people out there calling you a ton of great things like the Cardiac Kids, Girls that Finish, culture, everything, rec teams, you name what they call you. But you have ultimately finished what you're starting. So I'm actually not going to ask any questions right away because I run your Game Changer or do pitching charts. I want to go over to Doug Snyder.
All right. So I have a whole bunch of questions. I'll start with just one. First of all, congratulations. What a run you guys are on right now. I have the last couple of weeks of results here in front of me, and I'm just going to rattle through them real fast. But I would think that it would be difficult to go back through the entire history of Chardon High School softball and find a better 2-week run than this. Starting with Monday, April the 19th. That's my phone. I'm going to ignore that. So we're at Madison. We win 6-4. The next day we're at Madison. At home, we win 5-0. Friday, we're at North, win 4-2. Saturday and Sunday, we're at in Canfield and win 2 out of 3 against, ladies, would you say, excellent competition?
Yeah.
So we win 2 out of 3 of those. We beat a team whose name starts with Bishop, which always does my heart good. And then on Monday, we host undefeated at that time, Riverside, win by 1, go back and play North on Tuesday, win by 1. And then last night, we play Riverside and win by 1. So that's like a crazy span of games in a 2-week window. Here's my first question. How does being a senior help you accomplish that kind of a run as opposed to a junior or sophomore? Is there a difference as a senior when you see something like this?
I feel like there is a little bit of a difference because I feel like when I was a freshman, I looked up to the older girls and see how they reacted and how they felt by like the whole situation and just went off their energy. And I feel like us 3, we have a lot of energy and we give it all to the team. Like we put everything into it. And I feel like the younger girls look up to us like so much by that, and they just follow us. And it's so cool to see that. So I think.
Yeah. I think there's a big difference. I think that it helps a lot that the 3 of us especially have so much energy in the dugout. And it's been really hard, I think, for us to push through these last couple games here because we're all extremely tired and extremely worn out. So I think you can hear my voice is gone from yelling. So yeah, I think that we were really tough this week, and without like the seniors to lead, I think it would have been a lot harder. So
For sure.
Yeah.
It's always the toughest to be the third person to answer the same question.
I think it's like exactly what they said, plus us being seniors, like, and not having a season last year, I think it just feels different. Like in the dugout, like we just want to be loud, like every game, no matter how tired we are. If we are really like sore and stuff, I feel like we all just are just there to give it our all no matter what. Like we're gonna dig deep and find something. If we don't have any energy, like we're just gonna be there every game.
It's funny you say that because my next question was, do you think that there's a carryover effect this season from not having a season last year? And I know you guys all played summer softball,
Sure.
but that's different from playing for your school. So how is not having a season last year carried over to this year?
I really think that it not only like gives us tons of energy like every game, like I said, but it just every game just feels different. I feel like I've never felt like this playing high school. Like it's just completely different feeling, in my opinion.
Yeah, same. I feel like it motivates us more. I feel like
Mhm.
because we didn't have a season last year that we didn't get what we wanted to do or play. So I feel like for me, it motivates me to do what we want to do and win these big games and like try to win our conference, try to go to districts again, like because we didn't get the chance to do that last year.
Yeah, and I think like what Maddie said, that it feels different because for most people, high school softball isn't usually as fun or they're not as into it as summer ball. It's usually summer ball is what people really play to do. So, but I think this year that high school softball is like a whole different feel and it's almost just as much, just as enjoyable as summer ball. So
A little bit more of an
For sure.
appreciation for it after not having it last year, maybe.
Yeah.
I have one more question, then I'll let somebody else talk. I know a lot of you guys have grown up playing together since you were little kids, and you've played on travel teams together and summer ball and rec teams and Chardon Storm and all that kind of thing. Is it more meaningful to have a great senior season when you've grown up playing with all the other girls in the dugout?
yeah.
Sure. Sure.
A lot of us haven't played together in a while, but we definitely did start together. So yeah,
Exactly.
I saw a picture on Twitter, I think today, of a tournament from maybe 2014 or 2015 with some faces that look like a couple of yours, but maybe a little smaller in stature back in the day. So, you know, that's one of the things we like to emphasize being Hilltoppers as we've grown up in this town and we've been around together, and it's cool to see you guys doing what you're doing. And I like to believe that this is the beginning of a run, not the end of a run, because the draw for the tournament takes place on Sunday. So your hot streak is at a great time for that too, because you're going to get some respect from the other coaches voting. And then next week we'll know what the sectionals and districts look like, and we'll have a little time to gear up for that. And that'll be pretty cool too. So like I said, this is the beginning. So keep it going.
thank you.
Yeah.
So you
Thank
guys
you.
talked about, you know, the long stretch and being exhausted. Coming up on Saturday, you have a triple header. Kind of brings you back to some of those travel days when you play in those tournaments and you have quite a few games over a weekend span. Are you guys excited about this, or is this kind of one of those another grind going to the west side and spending the whole day there? Is it, or are you guys? What do you guys think about Saturday?
I think that it's a little bit different than a summer ball tournament because there's we usually don't play 7 innings for a summer ball, and these are 3 7-inning games. So it's definitely a lot longer than what we're used to. So I think it's exciting to get to play against good competition, but it's definitely going to be difficult to get through 3 7
Good
innings.
thing it's not prom Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to be difficult. It's going to be a challenge for us, but I believe that we can push through it because this whole last week we pushed through it, and I think we could do it. It's just going to be a little difficult, and I'm also excited because I feel like it'll be fun.
Same. I think it'll be fun, but it's gonna have to drink some energy drinks in between. That's it.
Which game are you guys looking forward to on Saturday? If you had a pick of one of the 3, or really it's just another game, and you're looking forward to finishing out the conference and winning the conference?
I'm looking forward to the Saturday you're talking about.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to playing Highway because they're undefeated, and that's gonna be a good game, I think.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what teams we're playing. Not gonna lie. So
Maybe somebody was going to say that.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
Appreciate the honesty.
Yeah,
So
I don't really
I'm game by game and just going in, not knowing what their record is, 0. We're both 0-0, so just playing every
Yeah.
game like that.
that we've definitely thought about all season is that going into games we're 0-0. We don't think about
Mhm.
record, what our record is, or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
Except when we beat Riverside.
Yeah, except maybe, yeah.
You guys know where you actually stand in the standings in the conference?
Yeah,
we're tied for one now, or
Oh,
we're
yeah, because South is same.
So you're tied
Yeah,
for first if you.
we're 8-2, and then there's 2 teams a half a game behind us at 7-2.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think South has only lost 2, but they still have to play Riverside again. So
So you win out, you kind of control your own destiny. Put up, something up on that banner. Is that something that you guys had as a goal for this year?
yeah, I personally did because
Yeah.
the year that we went to districts, we didn't really meet that goal, but at least we won districts. But I'm glad that.
I would like to see a number up there because we don't have a number under the WRC for softball. You do have one for your sectionals, but I want to. You get a lot of bragging rights there in the WRC when you got numbers up on that banner, for sure.
Hopefully this year.
Girls, I've known you all since you were like 10. Watch you all grow up, play together, expand your territory, playing with different teams, always coming back together. But I can tell you, after all these years of watching softball and coaching softball, the way that you're playing your games feels like the summer. It does not feel like watching a typical annual varsity softball game where you know that in summer you got to execute now because there's 5 minutes left and because it's timed and you might have finished the inning +1 or whatever it might be, and so you have to execute. And I can tell you, in seeing all these games, because I'm sitting there doing game changer, charting pitches, and it is phenomenal to see you understand that. And it's really cool to see the younger girls understand that because of your leadership. And I know we don't have Kayla Knorr here or Maddie Hauser, but I can tell you that you girls have done a tremendous job leaving a legacy that was left for you, but refining it and leaving it for the next generation of softball girls, all the way down to the rec girls that are coming from Chardon Softball League who came to your Riverside game and was just blown away. So I want to give you accolades there. The one thing that stands out when you look at the stats is 18 bombs. Your team you've had 18 bombs as a team, and it started off in game 1 against Berkshire, where it was like, oh my, this team's got some strength. Can you talk about your hitting approach and how you've refined it? Because you're trying not to hit home runs. You're just trying to hit the ball hard. But when you hit the ball hard and you get it out there, it's got some distance. So what have you all done this year to refine your approach to the plate?
Having Coach Tosti as a hitting coach really has helped. I mean, our whole team, and me personally, I feel like he always tells me like base hits. We're looking base hits, and that's basically what I'm looking for when I go up to the plate. And when you see meatball down the middle, obviously that should go pretty far.
Yeah, Coach Totsi, he deserves all the credit for almost all of our good hitting this year, and definitely just hitting lessons all winter and leading up to the season, that definitely helped a lot. So
yeah, my hitting approach, I just go up there and just when I get in the box, I literally just think base hit, single, just base hit, and then I just look at Tosti and he gives me something to do, fix something, just a little minor tweak. And then I fix it and I hit the ball far.
He's like Yoda, a big, large Yoda over there at first base, where he just does a movement or says a single word, or he has his typical Tosti lines. Today, not 2 days, or if you're not running, you're running.
yeah.
He just has those. He's got a nice little presence.
Exactly.
It
And
really,
you can, it's just like, you know, someone, like, you know, he believes in you, and it helps you relax, like up on the plate too, like, you know, you're going to hit the ball. And then having those minor tweaks, like him seeing him at first, or like shake his head, like you're going to hit the ball, like really, it feels like I'm going to hit the ball.
yeah, him having him on the team helps me so much. He's just like an awesome, like you said, Mr. Maria, presence, and I think he's just so positive to all of us, and we all look up to him and just think the best of him.
I think he creates a great balance on the team as far as like all the coaches together and the team. I think that he just definitely levels it all out. And
Right, because you have Coach Landis, who's done this for a long time in our location, Chardon, and then he's managing the game. You have Mr. Nord that's calling the pitches and literally focusing. I can't believe the amount of rise balls that are called in the game. It's 80% of the pitches, it seems. Yeah. And you have all those dynamics, but then you have your own coaches in the sense that girls who are in the game coaching each other up. The situation, you're talking to each other, and or girls that are asked because they're in the game, but they're not presently in the game to watch things. So everyone's coaching each other, and the climate is really good. So keep it up, girls. Really, really proud of you.
thanks.
Monday is senior night. Hard to believe. Awesome to experience. Anything you're looking forward to that day?
I am, but it's just scary to think that I'm going off to college and I'm moving away from everyone. It's kind of sad, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Excited.
Yeah, it is.
I know Maddie's playing in college, but I'm not. I don't think Lindsay is. So for us, this is kind of like.
It's bittersweet. It's really sad. It's the last
Good
year.
word, bittersweet.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're a freshman and a sophomore and you watch senior days, you think to yourself, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
In 10 or 15 years, that'll be me. And then all of a sudden, you wake up and it's Thursday, and your senior day is 4 days away, and you're like, whoa, how did that happen? Do you feel like it's come fast?
Oh, it's came so fast.
Yeah. I remember senior night for like Lindsay's sister like 2 years ago. I remember senior night for them. So it feels like it's flying by for sure.
Yeah, I remember this. It was like, wow, I have 2 more years. It's far away. It's 9. Now it's here.
All of a sudden.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy that moves that fast.
We're going to eventually transition to shout outs. So I want you to start thinking about that. But before we do, let's talk a little bit. So we all know, we all know that Kayla Nord, she's going to be going off to Butler. She's going to be playing at Butler. Maddie Hauser, where's she going to school?
Ohio State.
Ohio State. So let's talk about where the three of you are going off to school, plans and maybe majors.
Maddie, why don't you start?
Yeah, you can go first.
I'm going to Walsh, and I'm undecided.
Are you playing in
Are
college?
you going to play softball?
I'm playing softball.
So you two, are you still figuring it out, you two? Are you still figuring out what the plan is?
No, I'm going to Akron, and probably education is what I'm going to major in. So.
Yeah, I'm going to Cleveland State, and then I'm going to go into some sort of business. I don't know what yet. But yeah, it'll be fun.
Exciting.
This coming summer, Audrey has the opportunity to put on her coaching hat. She's going to be coaching softball. She's going to join Chardon Storm 16U and be the Tosti of the team, the mental coach, which is
that's cool.
Really important, as you all know, to have that peacekeeper. So, guys, the other Doug is in the house. Do you have any other further questions?
I'd like you guys to put a date on your calendar a few weeks down the road where we can have this again, talking about championships that we've won. So save us about a half an hour in a couple weeks to 3-4 weeks, and we'll title that podcast "Softball Championships." I already got it in my phone.
So I'm going on record April 29th that I'm guaranteeing they win the conference.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Okay.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
You just knock on wood.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they
we know-
got the two bottom feeders left, so it's on their shoulders to take care of business.
One pitch at a time, one inning at a time. Don't want to look too forward. So we all know that it's not just, the senior class that is, leading the team. You're obviously helping so many other of our players in all of our levels. What I love is that you girls play together. You have 12 girls in the varsity team. They all want to be together. They all love being together. You have your little El Patron gang that goes out, and the King Cone sisters or the Panini family. You always are together. And so that is a huge difference in the life of any program, is the culture that is established. So girls, let's give us the opportunity to give you shout outs to anyone you want, mom, dad, brother, sister, coaches. And we'll do the same before we close out today's podcast. So do any of you girls want to go first, or do you want to kind of hear the adults?
We can hear.
I
All
can
right.
go
Okay.
first.
Oh, you can go.
Okay, I'll go first.
I
Well, how many shout outs? Like 2?
As many as you want.
There's no limit.
It's your podcast. You can shout out whoever you want.
Okay. So my first shout out is to Coach Tosti. Got to explain.
You
talk
just
about
did
my
shout outs. You kind of talked about why.
Okay, because I feel like throughout my high school career since sophomore year, he shaped me into the softball player I am as a senior now. And I just feel like, I don't know, he's just going to hold a special place in my heart in my softball career, I think. And then also my parents, when I see him cheering on the sidelines, like yesterday with the relay from outfield to home, and then I saw them jumping up and down and all the parents hugging each other and stuff. That just feels good, and seeing everyone close like that. It's good.
Good stuff.
Okay. I'm going to shout out Amy O'Brien, since she had that hit yesterday, and she I know she went to the game with a little bit of an off confidence. So I'm glad that she was able to build herself back up, and she's a great hitter. And yeah, so Amy, and then just our fans who were there at the Riverside game, especially on Monday. We had so many people show up, so that was great, and it definitely helped, I think, our energy. So
For sure. I'm gonna shout out Gina and Zach and Coach Tosti. They're all amazing people. They always come to me and just give me a lot of support and positivity, and that what's helped me work through all the softball stuff and everything. They always just help me. And then, yeah, the fans and my parents, they're all the best. My parents are the best people in the world. Love them.
no, I feel bad for not saying so. And my dad, shout out to my dad. I feel bad. Everyone says something about their parents.
Yeah, I meant to add Gina and Zach in there, by the way.
Yeah, me too, right there. Gina and Zach.
Mr. Hyam?
I'm going to shout out Dawn Tupaz. She's our school counselor, specifically works with our Blue Model students, and all the work she did to get them into the building, for some of them for the first time all year for air testing. She did a lot of work behind the scenes to make it possible for them to come in and feel welcomed and be successful on the air test. So shout out to Dawn Tupaz.
All right, I got kind of a little bit of a bizarre one. There's you've ever seen the movie Bull Durham? You guys are probably too young, but it's a baseball movie about a minor league baseball team, and it's a funny movie. But there's one scene in that movie where the team is dog tired, and they just get off the bus in another city, and they're looking at another 3 or 4 game road stand, and they're dog tired. And the lead actor's Kevin Costner. He's like, you guys need a rain day, I can get you a rain day. And they sneak into the stadium and they turn the sprinklers on and they leave them on all night and they fabricate their own rain day. So I'm going to give a shout out to today's rain, because I feel like after what you've been through over the last 10 days, a day off with no BP, no practice, no game, you can just go home and chill, put your feet up, maybe take a nap. I feel like the rain has come at a perfect time for you. So shout out to a well-timed rainstorm.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
well needed. In the spirit of the podcast, I would certainly like to give a shout out to all of your coaches, along with all of the players, and in particular for how you girls are like welcoming the principal into your dugout to do Game Changer. Awkward, but it's still there. Mr. Legan, who's also sitting next to me, or Mr. Kokora. All of us obviously have been in the game for a long time, and we're all doing different things, but it's like there's that strange when there's people in the dugouts or near the dugouts, but we're just there to support you. The other day I had rally glasses on, you put up 7 runs. I think I'm just very grateful for all the things that you do. So in the spirit of this podcast, it's just wonderful to watch all the things you do and keep that humility deep embedded so you can focus on staying hungry and finishing what you start. So girls, great podcast. Certainly this will be posting here shortly. Rest, relax, keep your things fresh. Tomorrow you have another league game at Mayfield. So you're at Mayfield. Take another one out there. And you have a great weekend coming up. So girls, best of luck. And we will see you all tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you
Good
very
job,
much.
ladies. Keep up the good work.
Go
Thanks.
Toppers.
Thank you.